What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Neg Entropy Chronicles. Remember, do what it says right here and show your boy some love. Let's show YouTube I'm really rocking with this stuff and I know what I'm talking about. Alright, so now, the video that we are talking about is T.I. doing his show. Now, this is at a sold-out gig in New York, but this is where I look at where karma hits heavy, where you start getting the realization. So he's telling some jokes. They ain't flying well. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, let's get into the video, alright?
Goddamn gas station. If she come back out that goddamn gas station and say them seats wasn't heated, bad back tooth got something to say, smell like a dead body in his mouth when he opened it. I will tell you that. Hey, listen, man, you ain't been here. Gentrification just started about 8 years ago. You just got here. I ain't gonna allow this from you. All my niggas I'll take it from you, sir. I will not allow it. I will not allow it. The nigga walks in, caught me slamming his mom. You hear me? Nailing his mom. We ain't been the same since. Well, goddamn. A while ago, he was about 10, 11 years old, man. I think this is when the animosity started. The nigga walks in, caught me slamming his mom. You hear me? Nailing his mom. We ain't been the same since. Well, goddamn. I'ma tell y'all motherfucking niggas like this. You got one more motherfucking album out of me. It's called Kill the King for motherfuckers like you. And I appreciate y'all because you make me the absolute best, nigga. New York has made me the motherfucking best, nigga. I appreciate you. Stay.
That was a brick. Like, if I don't know how long the show was, but I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. If that was how he performed the whole time, we got something to look at. But he did an interview on, I guess, Instagram Live, excuse the language, but he was talking to Michael Blackson. And I want y'all to see what his response was to that. So, let's go ahead and get into that, alright?
Something happened expeditiously. Man, listen, bro. I had the greatest time. I had the best set of my comic career. I enjoyed myself, bro. I love that shit. I want to get into all that. What I will say is that a motherfucker went into some shit thinking it was gonna go a certain way, had to make adjustments, and then turn that shit around, got the fuck out of there. I love that shit. I love that shit, bro. I love that shit. I'm here for that.
You here for all that smoke, the New York smoke?
I'm here for that.
You know, New York.
My only question to you, if you get booed and have a standing ovation, do they cancel each other out?
Well, somebody have to show the stand ovation. The only thing online right now.
I mean, hey, bro, everybody, it was a sold out crowd. Therefore, we'll have an opportunity to, I'm sure to come out eventually. Bad news sell way faster than the good news, so I'm sure. But I enjoyed myself. I want some more.
I want some more. Did you enjoy that feeling of being booed? It felt good. It felt good.
Yes, I loved it. I didn't feel like they were booing me. I felt like they were booing me as like, nigga, I dare you to be more funny. Nigga, I dare you to be more funny. I dare you to overcome this. I dare you to do better. And I feel like that's what they challenged me to do, and I did it. I loved it.
Look. Shout out to his positivity. This is why, in my opinion, you gotta go through the ringer. You gotta do the bottom up. You can't just go to sold out show, things like that. Okay, that sounds That sounds fancy on some level, but let's keep it all the way real. You got booed, you got heckled on a stage in New York. You know, I ain't seen a show where you got people who are pronounced heavy hitters that are getting booed. I've seen, I can say for the last 20 years, over 2 decades of comedians that do their shows and there's not one person trying to boo them. Even, all right, let's look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was going at multiple communities. Nobody booed him. They just stayed quiet. They were just watching to see what he was talking about. The jokes that you use. I'm smashing his mom, nailing his moms, and we ain't been the same since. Crickets. Hush puppies. You know what I mean? And to me, I think that was an experience for him to understand what he was doing when he was heckling that woman. Okay, you heckling, yeah, you the king of the South, you in Atlanta, all of these things, but when you went up to New York, you thought you was gonna get love. But I think what he missed is the moment they started cheering was when he was talking about his last album. Now you can look at it 2 ways. They like, yes, your last album, you're finally gonna shut up. Or they're like, hey, he's seeing the humbleness, he's thanking us, it's New York showing us love, let's cheer for him. You know what I mean? But as far as your comedic work, it didn't look good. That's why you gotta practice, run the circuits, low level, keep practicing and fine tuning your craft. Because even on the YouTube realm, if you look at how YouTube works, everybody that's on here, they're running the circuit. They're fine tuning their work. They're constantly trying to get better in order to get what? More followers, more subscribers, more people that see what they're doing with the thumbnails, what they're doing with different things in order to get people to come in and see what their work is worth. Come on now, let's keep it funky. I got over 300 videos and I'm starting to get more views off of my new stuff that I'm doing based on the topic. Because I'm figuring out the thumbnails. I'm figuring out each thing that's gonna work. You're doing comedic work. Let's talk about it for real. With comedic work, when the internet started booming for real during the pandemic, shout out to these people. Haha Davis, Haha Ryan Davis, Tony Baker. I love Tony Baker. Oh man, it's gonna make me feel so bad because I don't remember all the names because I follow them on Instagram. But all of these people were starting to make their moves coming up. And all of these old school comedians was like, yo, I like what they doing on the internet, but they still got to run the circuit. Because the circuit is an old school guard. It does not change. You still got to put your work in on these levels in order to make your way up. I have conversations with people all the time. Shout out to my boy Sino. We have conversations about comedians for real because that's his life. He's like, he knows the craft. And when we talk about these things, we look at the variables and how they work. T.I. is just like, now I want to be a comedian. But because of his star power, his stature, his eliteness in the world, he's thinking that he can skip ahead. You can't. This is a different game. Dude, you're one of the best rappers out here. Let's keep it all the way funky. You're one of the best rappers out here. You went into the acting game. Acting game popping. People respect you for that. But comedic work, to make everybody laugh at every point in time, totally different ball game. You're hitting a new facet. You got humbled. But he was like, well, damn. I ain't said the other part. But when he said it, you could see like he was shocked. Like, yo, they really went at me. He got humbled. Now, I wish he'd go back to that woman that he was heckling and go back, yo, my apologies. I went too hard. It was something else. I didn't even understand what was really cracking. But he got enlightened. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. Should he continue to do it? Or is this a moment for him to really learn his craft and see what it's about, not thinking that his star power carries over into different realms of work? But let me know what you think down in the comments section. And be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody? Peace.